Yes, let's get started. Let's understand what is Fabric and what we are going to learn in Fabric activities. Simple, straightforward process. We are going to learn how Fabric is going to stand, or where it stands, or how it is going to replace the regular day-to-day data flow activities. Let's get the real picture of what Fabric can do for us. This is Sai Panindra from SQL School. I assure you complete practical step-by-step classes. And today's session, a short session planned for about 15-20 minutes on what is Fabric and why we do it. Fabric is a unified platform. It brings the post-OLTP data, ETL, warehouse, analytics, and data science components in a single plate. What it is on my screen: a traditional or regular data flow path right from birth of data. You take apps to submit the forms, get the data. IoT devices, Internet of Things devices, websites that gives us again forms, feeds, etc. or third-party forms or other sources like file and other sources. We get the data loaded into OLTP environment. This OLTP, we have different companies. MS SQL from Microsoft, MySQL and Oracle from Oracle company, Postgres open source, Amazon Web Service, Amazon has Amazon RDS, Relational Database Service, and lot more different companies selling different products, helping us to manage and maintain our day-to-day OLTP live online transaction processing data. Online transaction processing data. This data at the next level should go to a warehouse, big data. We have Azure Synapse, Amazon Redshift, open source, Spark databases and Snowflake, open source. So different companies, Microsoft Azure Synapse or Amazon Redshift or open source Spark database, Apache company or Snowflake. These warehouses can collect the data from OLTP at regular basis using ETL tools, extract, transform, load tools. We have Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Amazon Glue, Amazon Athena, open source Snowpark and DBT data build tools. And from there we have analytics. Now here is a point, simple point. Instead of bearing separate licensing fee, licensing price tags, ETL separately, warehouse separately, analytics separately, instead of that, we have a uni-license product Fabric. On top of it, not only the Fabric can help us now to bear the workload of ETL, warehouse, analytics. Not only that, we are lucky enough, Fabric can bear the workloads of ML also, AI and ML, data science activities. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is equal to Fabric. ETL plus data warehouse plus analytics plus data science. So what's the prerequisite for Fabric? OLTP. Which OLTP? Undoubtedly Microsoft MS SQL. Why? Because in Fabric, we have something called Fabric Synapse Warehouse. Fabric Synapse Warehouse. Fabric Synapse Warehouse is built on top of MS SQL. One more, there is something called KQL. What is it? Yes, we have TSQL in Fabric and KQL for monitoring, custom query language, part of our detailed step-by-step training classes anyway. This webinar intention is not about marketing our training. No, not at all. If that is the case, I would have started in a different way. No, it's all about understanding what is Fabric beforehand, getting some idea what is what and where Fabric stands. Here it is. It unifies warehousing and additional items called data lakes, data science, machine learning, everything in a single platform. So again, once again, the prerequisites. The prerequisite to step into Fabric, I said MS SQL. Which concepts in MS SQL? Yes, we should be clear. Keeping in mind the detailed Synapse implementations pertaining to data warehouse and additional items called Lakehouse One Lake activities in Fabric, and keeping in mind few interesting, easy to use KQL expressions available in Fabric. Here is the prerequisites. Make sure you revise MS SQL concepts. Until architecture, we should be perfect. And beyond good to know the other things as well. Transactions, query blocking, CTEs, normal forms, very important, remote joins, merge, rank functions, etc. So that you can happily get into Fabric activities. So in Fabric, what we do? Once again, remember ETL, warehouse analytics, and partly, not completely, as on date Feb 2nd, 2025, partly but not completely data science activities available in Fabric. So here it is. Let's understand the key features of Fabric. Unified data platform, we have Fabric engineering, Fabric analytics, data warehouse and data lakes for big data activities, data science and machine learning for analytics, understanding the data, performing deep learning, trend analysis, accurate forecast, etc. And very interesting, Fabric has hybrid cloud support. What does it mean? Yes, let's go back to that earlier working diagram. Fabric can give its ETL components to a Snowflake warehouse or an Amazon warehouse. On the other hand, Fabric can take the ETL components of Azure Data Factory or Azure Data Bricks or Amazon Glue or Amazon Athena or Snowflake or DBT for Fabric warehouse Synapse. So Fabric has two different hands, okay? One hand ETL, other hand data warehouse. And Fabric right hand does not forces you to use its left hand for ETL. You can use other ETL and Fabric warehouse and vice versa. Fabric ETL and some other warehouse. We have multi-cloud components, not just Azure, even other clouds like Snowflake cloud and Amazon cloud, etc. Fabric has that friendly extended features. Now, a common question that should come to our mind, Sai, what's the difference between Azure and Fabric? Why Microsoft came with the other product, other cloud? Yes, Fabric is a separate cloud, just like Azure. Azure is like a la carte. Fabric is like a buffet. I mean it, friends. Let's make it simple in our understanding. In Azure, we need to pay for ETL separately. Back again to the earlier diagram, I need to keep in mind the working professionals in engineering as well as a starter who need to love big data products like Fabric and Azure and AWS. So I need to come back to the diagram and let's be clear. In Azure data engineering, AWS data engineering, we need to either of them, we need to pay like a la carte, item wise. ETL, separate bill means like we have price tag. Data warehouse, another price tag. For example, Azure, we have two ETL environments, so two different price tags. Data factory says something called DIU, we call DIU, data integration units and Spark cluster computes. Databricks says DBU, Databricks units. So DIU, DBU and Synapse pay per hour. Same way we have separate licensing and pricing tax for ETL separately, warehouse separately in Amazon as well. AWS data engineering. Whereas if it is Fabric, one license, one price. Unified platform, simplified licensing activities, just like a buffet. And on top of it, we only pay for what we use. In Azure, there is a danger. There is a small danger. That is, when working with Synapse environment, if I forget to pause the pool, or if I miss to automate the pausing of the pool when not in use, or if that automation itself is failing for pausing the pool, I may need to bear the bill, even though I don't use the Synapse. In Fabric, it's more streamlined now. Thanks to Microsoft again, it's very streamlined. We only pay for what we use. There is no concept of pausing nor starting the pools. It's auto start whenever we hit the run command in the interface. Auto pause as per our idle time set beforehand. So Fabric, truly speaking, is a more friendly environment for big data implementations as compared to Azure. That being said, it has a bit higher cost right now, and expecting Microsoft to get some cost, to the lower level. One thing for sure, Azure is a stable environment. Millions and trillions of projects depend on Azure, and few tens of projects are now into Fabric, started to migrate to Fabric. And that doesn't mean that, oh, we need to forget Azure. Not at all. Let's be clear again. Let's be very clear again. Till date, now we're in 2025, we're continuing to do traditional BI trainings. There are projects in MSBI. There are projects in other traditional BI as well till date. So in Azure as well. So existing projects may continue in Azure and few of them may migrate to Fabric. But new projects may be into Fabric. It depends. So Microsoft also had the relevant certifications for Fabric. There are two important certifications for Fabric. and we'll talk about it very soon in next few moments. Here, main purpose of Fabric, remember, warehouse, analytics, machine learning, and cloud integrations. These are the four beautiful features that there are reasons for using Fabric. And at the same time, migration from Azure to Fabric for the purpose of any of the scenarios in the previous screen, either warehousing or analytics or AI or hybrid cloud integrations, Azure migrations are really seamless, very seamless and straightforward.